Welcome to Three Geeks Podcast 66. No Jason this week, but tonight we've got Dan, the man over there, Max, the man with a plan, as always, is Batman, and then Mike from McGTV. All right. It seemed like everyone sort of pseudo-enjoyed that intro. I tried to give you all some time. You at least made some nods, so we were good there.
Yeah, I think we need better aliases.
Well, we got to work on that, man. I just kind of threw this out there.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw an AKA Blacksmith Prime, AKA What That Mouth Do.
I'm not sure I want to know.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to say that one. Oh, I can go with Blacksmith Prime. I can buy that one. Oh my! All right. Well, we'll go ahead and kick it off with the least interesting thing that I don't understand why the world needs this, but apparently it's a thing, which is the Charmed reboot. And done. Dan? Okay.
I couldn't
Max?
get into Charmed at all, so yeah, sure. I guess somebody liked it.
Your
The
initial
first one ran for what, like 8 or 9 seasons?
A lot. Yeah, a lot of seasons.
So there you go.
And you would have been good with just the that was perfect. And then I was just going to go over to the next person. Because that was an appropriate response. Max.
Yeah, man, Charmed. I have a crazy ex-girl. She's not crazy, but it was crazy during the relationship. Anyway, loved Charmed. Could not get enough. I've seen so much Charmed in my life. I was so happy when they ended it. And then here they are bringing it back, just twisting that knife even further. That chick stole a freaking dryer from me. And now I got to remember.
Poor Max.
Well, just invite her back over to watch Charmed, and you can get your dryer back.
But I don't even want to go through it. You know, it seems like a lot of hassle. And then on top of everything, I would have to watch another episode of Charmed.
You don't actually have to. It's all in the timing. You know, you make her push the dryer in, and then you lock the door.
Nice. I like it.
Hopefully she's not listening right now, and we will put this plan into effect.
Always here to help.
Thanks, Max. I appreciate the save on that topic. You made it interesting when I thought it couldn't be. Mike.
Yeah, I've seen an episode of Charmed, and I'm guessing all episodes are like this, where something magical happens or whimsical happens and they have to come up with a spell, but also they got guy troubles. So I'm guessing that's probably what the reboot's gonna be. I don't care. But this premise of many a dryer being stolen, it's a renewed dryer theft on the rise, might be interesting if it's related to the rebooted series. So and why the heck not?
Dan, you didn't even speculate that I could be opening myself up to yet another dryer theft.
It's true. She comes over to watch Charmed, takes another dryer.
She'll be unbeatable then, man. She'll have 2.
Yeah, there's no way. I can't take that risk. I cannot take that risk.
Well, the dryer theft associated with Charmed. Be careful with what you watch.
I'm pretty sure there's probably a spell for that too in the show at some point.
The magical dryers.
Charmed casts a spell on you because it's so dumb. You fucking lose brain cells watching it, and people can take advantage of you in the background as you're hypnotized by its dumbness.
Oh,
don't
man.
let your dryers, and don't let them chicks take your dryers.
I need the hashtag.
Hashtag dryer theft.
My dryer.
Yeah, there you go. Hashtag protect the dryer.
Dryer theft is a real thing.
Oh, God. It's entertaining. And then as well, CW renewed all their shows. I don't necessarily, not all their shows, but all their superhero shows and a few other shows. Nothing really surprising. Most of it was stuff that has done well, has been popular. Unless there's something anyone wants to really add, I'm going to kind of skip over this one and go on to Riverdale. All right. That one actually, it was funny. I read all the hate on this, that everyone wants Archie to be fun and lighthearted. And I'm like, that would last for about a season. And then it would get stupid. Now it might last longer than that because God knows. People will watch anything they want. But the actual darkness and kind of the undertones and the fact that there's an underlying mystery actually makes it more intriguing for me, makes it more interesting. And I think that's what they're kind of hoping will drive people more so necessarily than Archie, because they called it Riverdale, not Archie. So I think that's kind of what they're going with. And I'm moderately intrigued, not high. I won't say it's a very high level, enough that I'll probably catch an episode and see if it does anything for me. Mike?
The only way I'd ever be interested in watching an Archie-related show would be if it is like dark and twisted and a mystery, like what they're teasing it's gonna be. Like, it's really Twin Peaks-ish almost. And I mean, sure, soon I'll be just watching new Twin Peaks, hopefully. But until that time comes, I might check out Riverdale just because I just need to know like just how out there this show is gonna be and how out there they're allowed to be with these characters. Like, is Jughead going to be, like, schizophrenic, talking to hamburgers and stuff, or what? Like, I'm kind of hoping. But, whatever. If that's one way to revitalize, like, how old is Archie now? Like, 50, 60-year-old comic property that's known for being wholesome, good fun with the gals and the guys. Might as well involve a little murder mystery in there. Sure, why not? I mean, that's what they've been doing with the recent comics was like zombies, and Archie died, didn't he? Or something. Yeah. So, yeah, why not just go all out and be crazy? I'll probably check out the pilot, and like a lot of shows, lose interest rapidly. So, a lot of shows that aren't HBO or streaming. So, Dan.
I don't know a whole lot about Archie. However, looking down the cast list, there's somebody playing a character named Alice Cooper. Now, to get into the Twin Peaks vibe, I really want there to be like an Alice Cooper impersonator.
He like plays
the old 80s.
He plays the homecoming dance or something.
Yeah. Like the old 80s, like Black Teardrop, looking at Alice Cooper just like running around the town like Bob was in Twin Peaks. But I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it.
Hell with that. Just make it share a universe with Twin Peaks. Like, this is the other side of the cabin. This is what happens when you walk out to the other side of the cabin, essentially.
Log Lady shows up. It's like, oh god.
Alice Cooper is actually a new incarnation of Agent Cooper.
Nice. See, I like where this is going now. Max?
I don't know about this Twin Peaks nonsense, but I'm hoping that they do more of a Stranger Things with it, mystery kind of deal. Like Mike was saying with the. They're doing like a Archie versus a zombie apocalypse, and Archie goes to hell and things like that. So I'd like to see with the show if they do something like it's just set with Archie. I would have liked it more if in the marketing they made it that wholesome family fun looking thing, and it was like the stereotypical Archie that you'd expect. And then when you watch the show, you get something else. I feel like even this shock factor alone would have made this, would have gotten the show a lot more buzz and made it worth it, just to even watch. Because like you think you're going into freaking movie with who was it, Tobey Maguire and what's her face? Was it Reese Witherspoon that was in that one?
Pleasantville.
Yes, that one.
Yeah,
but
that'd be interesting.
Yeah, the whole thing starts off, it's very cliche, but then there's something amiss at the Circle K.
I like the way you think as well. I hope the show does well so that they're able to incorporate crossover episodes that tie into like whoever Archie's crossed over with in the comics. Like bring in John Bernthal for a Punisher crossover, and bring in the Ninja Turtles, bring in the Predator. Just make weird like spin-off episodes. Like I hope it just goes nuts.
It's
you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
That's a good segue there, Max. I mean, it is on the CW, so your idea is possible. But Trump tweeted out, I don't remember exactly what he tweeted, but it was basically like a Happy New Year and screw you, all my enemies, and I love you, basically, at the end. Which is as much as our God president, soon to be. He's not quite inaugurated yet, but president-elect, I think is the proper term. But one of the weirdest things, but he says many weird things. And Mark Hamill had some fun with it. And actually, like, basically, I think, Matt Oswalt? Basically, Patton Oswalt's brother. I can't remember his exact last name, or first name, really. Basically tweeted. It wasn't Matt? Okay. Yeah, tweeted out to the world and probably specifically at Mark Hamill as well, or CC Mark Hamill, and said, you know what, this sounds like something the Joker would say. And Mark Hamill went ahead and had fun with it, and he did the tweet, and it really sounds legit like something you would hear from the Joker, which is kind of crazy coming from our president-elect. But that's all right. Max, you're our resident Batman guy. What do you think of this?
Uncanny, and I am constantly saying that we just need to. I think Donald Trump only tweets to get the eyes off of what he's actually doing. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it is nefarious. So that he would make a Joker-esque tweet is not shocking to me in the slightest. Yeah, and I think good on Mark Hamill. I mean, like, all entertainers have got it easy for at least the next 4 years. There's going to be just material. He's going to put out material for you to use. I'm glad Mark Hamill got in on this train. Saturday Night Live has been cashing in, but it's good. It's good stuff, and it just lets you a little bit more into the mind of the person that we the people have elected to be our next president of the United States. I mean, he's got supervillain tweets. Mike?
I think in retaliation for Mark Hamill making fun of his tweets, Trump should release audio clips of himself doing Joker monologues now. Like legit, just movie, cartoon, comic, whatever. Like, you want to know how I got these scars? My father, he was a great man, but he was a drinker.
They're the best scars. They really are. They're huge.
The best scars. Can't be beat. I only deal in the finest scars. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, that is kind of the silver lining to a lot of what we're probably going to be in store for the next couple of years, is at least our very creative and funny people will have plenty of ammo to fire off. So, Dan.
Yeah, it's not going to be like him doing Joker monologues. He's just going to take, the role of Luke from the new Star Wars from Mark Hamill, and it's going to be him. And you get the shot of him on the mountain, and he takes down the hood, and it's Donald Trump, and that's how the next one starts. It's gonna be great.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump was Supreme Leader Snoke. That wouldn't shock me.
It takes off layers of latex, and it's him.
Yeah, dude.
I'm looking forward to all the comments calling us liberal cucks now. That's going to be fun.
Yeah. Whatever.
Oh, God.
Hey, I mean, like, I'm living in Trump's America. I'm not crying about it. But like, you can't go paint me with that liberal brush. Like, we're hard. I like to shoot guns. Like, I'm all about that. Like, I'm not liberal, right? I mean, Second Amendment.
I'm not entirely sure what does or does not make you liberal anymore. So,
You see, it's weird though, yeah, because I'm for pot and I'm also for guns.
Most people are that complex, Max. It's
So-
okay. I mean, it's
What about the mix? What about pot guns?
Oh, that sounds like a bad
that
idea.
sounds like a good
Did you ever
horror
see the
movie. We didn't make this.
Did you ever see the movie Narc? And you see what happens to a guy who tries to mix pot and shotguns?
It's a
I played the video
confusing
game,
time,
Mark. That was fun.
I'm all for pot smoking, liberal, transgender, armed people going in for abortions. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's all over the map.
That sounds like a trauma film. I like it.
It does, honestly. Like, I'm like, Charlie Kaufman,
Like
get
with
on
that title, it's just a whole bunch of hyphens.
Or not Charlie Kaufman, sorry, Lloyd Kaufman.
Yeah,
Charlie
yeah.
Kaufman does prestige work.
Uncle Lloydie, come on.
Oh my. Oh, I don't really know if we really have anything to quite follow that up. How about getting your fill of Jason Momoa on Frontier? Did anyone catch that trailer?
Nope.
I was actually not surprised and wasn't all that interested until I actually saw the trailer. And I'm like, oh,
Does he growl and grunt a lot?
he actually does. He does, but he also speaks.
Whoa!
Yeah, well, that about covers everything we've seen Jason Momoa do. Growl, grunt,
I'm
speak,
looking forward to Aquaman growling and grunting underwater.
Does he get a motorcycle too?
Oh, that would be awesome. No, I don't think he gets a motorcycle on this one. That
Oh.
would up the ante on this show that's like set in what, 1800s? Or
Well,
maybe
it's a
1700s.
super antique one. Like,
Dan's like, I have no idea when this takes place, but does he have a motorcycle anyways?
yeah, because I mean, that's his trademark: grunting and shit, and having a motorcycle.
1800s.
What?
Yeah, he was in that one. Oh, God, I kept seeing the trailers for it. It's some like.
That's what Tom Hardy was missing from The Revenant. His own like killer
Yeah.
Harley roaring through the tundra.
Like Evil Knievel like flips over him while he's being bared. Gored by the
mauled
bear.
by a bear.
So if they
Jumps his motorcycle at it.
if we lowered the production
Good
value
movie.
on that
Good job,
show,
guys.
nice. I was gonna say if we lowered the production value on Frontier and give them no budget, then they could use a motorcycle and dress it up like a horse. And did we just lose everybody?
Yeah, they just dropped out, dude. What'd you do?
That's interesting. I took the rest of Columbus off the map. That's all.
There's Max. Phil tried to hijack the show, guys, but I stopped him.
It's gonna be the me and Mike show.
You can't keep me out. I'm gonna come back every time.
So I'm glad to know we can't keep you down, man.
Dan seemed like he was on a good train of thought there, and then he's just gone.
Yeah, like call error. Fuck you.
Oh, he's back now, so we gotta listen. Continue, Dan.
Oh, hey, Dan.
What now?
You just
What
got
are they talking about?
You're-
Yeah, I know I got dropped. I wasn't saying anything after that. I was saying there was a movie with Jason Momoa. That's all.
Yeah, I was saying they could up the ante to make your goal, just lower the production value and dress up their motorcycles like horses, so that way it looks like a horse. And
I
then there
like
you
it. Can you have jousting with it?
go. That would be awesome. There we
There's
go.
no beating Jason Momoa in any kind of joust because the guy wouldn't even flinch when you hit him. The dude's like a
But he
mountain.
would grunt a lot, and you would get your quota.
Yeah, I guess.
You'd have to get the. They'd have to get that guy who plays the mountain. That would be
Yeah,
awesome, by the way.
there we go. There's the fight. It has to be him and the mountain.
And maybe John Cena.
Or no, the Hound too. The Hound's kind of tub. No, he's not tubby, but he doesn't have it on height against those guys probably.
But it would have to be John
Well, I'd say
Cena
the-
as himself.
Bigger than that.
What were you saying, Max? You competed against Dan.
Oh, okay. I don't think. I think that the Hound and Jason Momoa are probably of the same size.
They could be. I have no idea. It's just like I didn't realize how short Sherlock, or not Sherlock, Benedict Cumberbatch was, as well as, you know, the other guy that I, for whatever reason, who's slipping my name, Dr. Watson. I don't know why he's. But anyways.
Freeman.
Yes,
Or Tom
Martin
Cruise.
Freeman. What'd you say?
Or Tom Cruise.
Oh, no, I knew Tom Cruise was tiny when he jumped on that sofa. It was very.
Well, you know, in those Hobbit movies, Phil, he's not really that short, Martin Freeman.
I mean, he's short. He's not that. Yeah.
Damn it! I had it all wrong. I thought he was 3 foot tall.
That movie magic fooled me again.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, that's entertaining. All right. For another bit of entertainment news, how about Constantine? I was half excited about this, then I read the article and I was a little sad, but at least we get something. 10 minutes, basically. I think it's 8 episodes of 10 minutes each, animated Constantine. But they're going to bring back at least the actor who played him in the show that I can't remember his name now. And I don't know if they're bringing anybody else back. Like, oh my gosh, why can't I remember his buddy? Dan, I know you remember his buddy. The guy who drives the cab.
Chaz.
Chaz. I don't know if they're going to bring back the actor who
Is the
played
character's
Chaz.
name.
Yeah, that's what the character. That's what I meant.
Oh.
I didn't mean the actors. Because I didn't even say the actor's name for Constantine, so we're good. We're just going to refer to them as their character names.
Wait, I mean, you
I
mean to tell
don't
me that these
know.
aren't historical documents?
What's that, Max?
You mean to tell me that these aren't historical documents?
These aren't the
They're like the
papers
alien-
you're looking for.
We're like the aliens in Galaxy Quest. We just take everything at its word.
Exactly.
Rest in peace, Alan Rickman.
Yes. He's dead? I just saw him last night. He had long flowing black hair and he was in a black robe and he was talking down to a pipsqueak.
Behold the Metatron.
Oh, this is fun. All right, so Dan, are you excited for this? I know you enjoyed Constantine for what it was.
I don't know. I mean, it's cool that I guess there's going to be a 10 episode animated short thing, but it's just, I don't know. They'll probably fuck it up again. That's what they do. It'll just be him like going to get coffee or something or bowling. And that'll be it for like 10 minutes.
Could be expletive laden, then that could be fun.
Yeah, I guess, but it's just I don't know. I wish Sci-Fi would have picked up the actual show and maybe done something with it. That's all.
Max?
I actually like the 10-minute shorts idea. We just got done covering Genndy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars cartoon run on Anime-Niacs, episode 46, 47. Check it out, 3 Geeks Network. That if they do it right, that gives you the opportunity to get in there, make a real good thing, and then leave people wanting more, and that'll open more doors for you. I really think that this could be something good. I'm a fan of animation, as always, and I say short and sweet is probably, I'd rather them be making something that's short and that I want more of than something that's way too long and they fuck up. Mike?
It could be interesting. At least DC on the animation front always seems to get its act together, and I've never seen any of the Vixen episodes that they did, because that's how she got started, was that she had a bunch of digital shorts about that length on, was it CW Seed or whatever, and then they finally moved her over into Legends of Tomorrow in live action. So who knows? Maybe that could be the stepping stone for Constantine to return in some way, shape, or form to live action. I don't know. I saw a couple of episodes of the show when it was on NBC and thought it was fine, but wasn't anything really to hold my attention for a whole season. But I like the actor. He seems to do a really good job with the character. So, yeah, whatever you can do with him to make the character work, just do it right.
Yeah, I liked the Constantine show too. I would watch that one in Flash, but you know, they took it off the air. So
Nice. I like it. Yeah, from my perspective, I think it's interesting. I want to see what they do with it. And CW keeps adding things basically to their app and their digital presence to try and get you there and keep you there because they have a decent library. And I think it's a much better value than what CBS will offer in the future for money. And hey, what do I know? Because at least with the CW, you can get it for free. You don't have to have any cable subscription or anything. You just don't get it day. You don't get it the next day. I think you have to wait a few days. But regardless, I think it's actually interesting. I'm kind of curious to see where they go with it, and I don't know. I was kind of sad that Dan, like what Dan said, no one else picked it up, but I would have really hoped that I was hoping that CW would pick it up and just continue it because it could have been interesting to actually kind of play with it because it would have crossed over fine into Arrow, which I think they did. And they kind of proved that. I think it would have been harder to cross over into Flash, but it actually might have been more interesting and give them somewhere dark to kind of go, which I kind of think they need on the CW to balance out the other superhero shows, so that way they can kind of, go to the right a little bit because Arrow is as close as they've got, and actually, with the recent,
it would have been purely for adults at that point and things like that because that's what I was getting from the show when it was on NBC. Was that, it's definitely not like Arrow where it's still trying to have the teen appeal, but it's trying to be dark. Like Constantine that pilot episode is bleak as hell. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it would have been something different, definitely.
That's what I really liked about it. It was as bleak as, like, the comics.
Yeah.
When they started doing the whole show, I was like, there's no way they're going to base that with the whole, I forget the name of the town, but that's what screws, like, Constantine forever. Was when they call up that demon and it takes that kid and his mind just goes. But I was like, there's no way they're going to give the backstory, and it was there the first episode. I was like, holy shit, that's actually decent.
That's why I was surprised it did last for the full season on NBC, and that's why I wasn't surprised that a network like CW didn't pick it up because.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's not their main demographic on CW. I agree there.
No, but they actually did the comic right, and then they just canceled
it. Yeah, you needed some third party, like a streaming service, to pick it up, but no one was. I don't think anyone was interested in it without something else to kind of work with it, because there just wasn't enough fanfare with it.
Swamp Thing.
Yeah, but there just wasn't anything to go with it at the time, right? Like they didn't have plans. They didn't introduce something that was, that's intriguing, right? To sell it. So unfortunate.
They'll just do what they're doing with that Powerless show and turn it into a workplace comedy.
Nice, Mike. You are the master of transitions.
Oh, was that coming? Yeah.
yeah. It was one of my topics. I didn't mention it, but I knew Powerless was coming out. I did not know it released a trailer. I kind of watched in the background while you all were talking. It was actually, I was impressed by that. I was curious to see how well this show would work, because the concept of Powerless, if you haven't heard of it, it's that there's insurance adjusters, I believe, and they're developing their development tool. That's right. They changed it from what the original premise was.
Yeah, the original premise was that they were working for some insurance company, but now they've retooled it so that they're working for a division of Wayne Enterprises.
Yep, they actually put Wayne Tech in there and all of that, and I thought that was kind of cool, because I remember hearing about that they're actually going to reference that directly, which before there was going to be no ties to anything really DC related other than superheroes are causing mayhem. And
they're probably going to have like some D-list heroes show up every once in a while, like heroes that they know they're never going to use on stuff like Arrow or Flash, though, even though they tend to use a lot of obscure characters.
Absolutely. So I actually caught that, and it was actually had some decent jokes. And it had some decent timing, and I think the interaction could be interesting because they seem to be making gadgets, and they're kind of bumbling. We'll kind of see how that goes, because that's funny for a little bit, but you can't run like an entire 15, 20 episodes out of that. That could get old quick. So I'm kind of curious to see where it goes. Did anybody else catch it, Dan or Max?
Yeah, I caught it.
I know Mike did, so we'll go to Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my main thing. Is like this might be fun as like a one-off thing, or you remember when Marvel used to do those one-shot short films for their DVD and Blu-ray releases?
Mm-hmm.
Then they just stopped doing them, which I don't get because I kind of like those actually. Like the one with Ben Kingsley, "Hail to the King," I thought was really fun. But I was reminded a lot of that. Like this could work as just like a short film. Like this would be an interesting short film. I don't really know if it has a lot of staying power as a series idea, especially when DC's trying to get its act together and they've got so many different interpretations of their universe out there in different media, such as you've got the films, but then you also have the CW verse, but then you have Supergirl, which is kind of sort of in the CW verse, but not really. And then you have Gotham doing whatever it's doing over there. And now you're going to have this, which I think doesn't tie into any of those shows or any of the movies at all. It's its own existing universe. So it's kind of like, for me, I'm kind of like, this might feel a little bit too much like oversaturation and overload at this point with this type of idea. But the one thing I mentioned on Facebook that I feel would keep me invested in it is if it somehow amalgamated into all those universes in a way. Like, oh, after Doomsday leveled, what was the name of that fucking place in Dawn of Justice? After he leveled the docks or whatever, they're the ones in there picking up the rubble. And just be kind of funny to have that extreme contrast of all this citywide genocide just took place. And then there's Vanessa Hudgens going, yup, ba-dum, this is a, what was it? This is a debris-proof umbrella or whatever.
Yep.
Like, I'd just be like, then I just know that DC is intentionally just tone deaf. Like, I thought that'd be kind of funny. Or like, basically, yeah, what was the one I said? They invent like time travel proof safe deposit box because every time Barry goes back in time and fucks things up, you just want to make sure your finances are in order. So
that's awesome.
Who knows? It might be funny. It might be interesting. I don't really have a lot of hope or investment in it, but it's a curiosity to be sure. Diane, have you seen it?
No, I haven't. Sounds interesting, yeah.
All right. Yeah, no, Max, did you see it?
But yes.
Oh, okay, go.
No, it looks like it's gonna be dumb. I like Abed though. I'm glad he's getting work.
Yeah, that was fun to see him in the background. I'm like, oh sweet, and Alan Tudyk's in it apparently. So
yeah, he plays like the asshole manager or something. So yeah, I mean, I'll give it a watch. You know, hopefully it's better than it looks. It's probably not going to be, but you know, it's on, so I guess I'll give it a watch.
I'm kind of secretly hoping they do work in some cameos. Like you see Ben Affleck walking around the background. Vanessa Hudgens is like, "Hey, boss, want to join us for some coffee?" And he's just brooding, like he's in a completely different tone. Like the colors just fade away as soon as you cut to him, and he's just like, "My parents are dead."
That'd be so cool if he was like a greedy, like hitting on all the chicks. Like, oh god, here comes Mr. Wayne again. You know?
Hey, how you all doing? I speak Russian.
It's like, hey there. Want to take a ride in my helicopter?
Have you seen Have you seen the White Portuguese?
Oh my, yes. I think that would make the show a lot more entertaining too. But we'll have to wait and see until February 2nd, I think, is when that comes out. So I'm trying to remember what channel has the Super Bowl this year. Is it NBC, Max? Do you know? Do you remember?
It's an NBC show, I think. So
yeah,
it's gonna last a season, just like Constantine.
That's true.
Unless it's the last 3 seasons.
What is that? What lasted 3 seasons? I missed that.
Unless it's bad, and then it'll last 3
Oh,
seasons.
you're talking about Gotham. Yeah.
I never met sir. I do not know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so that could last longer, Max. I have no idea. They haven't announced that it's canceled yet.
Fucking crazy. I mean, how is this show still on television? It defies logic. It almost defies physics.
You dare doubt the power of Jada Pinkett Smith's screen presence.
Oh my god, dude.
Don't ever
Make-
cross fish Mooney.
Get it, girl.
Oh, that's funny. Let's see. We got one more topic in general. So CES happened this past week. Part of it, kind of a little bit more geeky related at least, was they had a Power Rangers VR experience, which I can't imagine that got. I didn't quite get that. I didn't quite get what it was for, because I'm just trying to think, like, most of these people that are going there are journalists. So I guess it's a way to try and represent and advertise for the movie some more. So I didn't really quite get it. It wasn't exactly a product tie-in. It was more like a VR experience. It looked interesting. It gave you a different perspective from at least the few pictures that we were given. I didn't really get to find any reviews or thoughts of it. It was interesting. I'd not actually seen the posters for the, oh God, I don't remember Power Rangers well enough, but basically the robots that they ride around in. Because I was about to call them Dinobots.
Zord.
I'm like, no, that's Zords. A few of them look like I remember, and then a few look like some weird-ass Transformer mashup into like a modern movie version. So we'll kind of see how that works out on the big screen. I have no idea. What, Max? You're shaking your head. What's up?
I hate that crazy, super sharp angle, insecty look that they went with Transformers. Like, give me a block-headed Megatron that turns into a gun. Okay, that's all I want. That's all I need. Okay, I mean, maybe he turns into a tank as well.
Your wish is our command, Max. Michael Bay's gonna give you the spikiest, sharpest looking gun ever.
But it will make one hell of an explosion.
Oh.
And then glistening girls in short shorts and cutoffs are gonna storm into view.
They're gonna like raise up from the ground slowly.
Yeah, like they're in a Prince music video. And then Mark Wahlberg will be like, "Yeah, that's pretty impressive, you guys."
Yeah, I don't know. Any other thoughts about the Power Rangers VR experience? Anything?
Sorry, I forgot we were talking about Rangers.
Yeah,
It's all good. It's all good. I mean, we
Um,
went that way. We kind of were. Max is against it. I can tell.
I mean, like, I guess it's cool. You know, like, is it like you transform into a Power Ranger and then you summon a Zord and then you get to see the inner workings of the Zord? Is that how it works?
No, it didn't quite look like that. It wasn't explained very well either. It was just more or less press promo pictures, and I was like, "Ha! Why do I care?"
Cool.
We're never gonna have the money to be able to afford the Power Rangers VR experience. What do we care?
Yeah, it would be different if it was tied into a product. Then I at least would have been, oh, okay, I get it, or like an app or something. But it wasn't that. It was just the CES Power Rangers VR experience, and I was like, okay. But no, it was more or less you just explore the world. Is really what it was, Max.
Well, that's dumb. That's dumb. I mean, if you got to pop fresh in a Zord, then I might be down for this. But there seems to me like there's not really much giant robot action going, and they can just take this and kick it on down the road. Yeah, like,
Breaking Bad VR. That's the Bryan Cranston property I want turned into a VR experience.
That would be. You get to like
Cook
walk around the Winnebago.
Yeah, cook some virtual meth.
Yeah,
Put some explosives in a head on top of a virtual tortoise, and you're on your way.
Oh,
But it's just you as Jesse, and it's Bryan Cranston yelling at you the whole time.
I'm all for that experience too.
I mean, I'd be cool with it, but still.
That'd be the scariest non-horror game ever put out in VR. The whole scenario is just Heisenberg yelling at you.
Yeah, as you're befuddled and confused about the drugs that you were supposedly using. But what? No, I didn't. I swear.
I don't know how to prove this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Throwing a virtual pizza on a roof.
Awesome.
Bitch.
Oh man, that was a good show.
Yes, it was.
So let's see. And then kind of. Go ahead.
When does that come back?
When does what come out?
Better Call Saul.
Like the new season or something?
Yeah,
Mm.
that show's
Yeah, I
good.
have no idea. It'd be a good Google for you there, Max or Dan or somebody that's got a moment. But yeah, no, it should be sometime this summer, I think, because I think didn't it get released in the summer, or did they switch it to a fall season?
I have no idea.
Maybe
I'm looking forward.
they're probably aren't they? Wouldn't they be alternating with Walking Dead at this point? Probably for the sake of.
I would think so.
One of our big programs needs to be constantly on the air and so forth. So yeah.
And that would be smart marketing.
Yeah, so that would probably be I would think any time now, but I didn't actually see any promos for it, so that's the part why I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah. All right. Well, watch that show if you're not already.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the power PR experience.
Yeah, I didn't quite. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't quite get the pressure on it. I was reading about it and I was like, huh, okay, sure, why not? Whatever. To me, it made more sense if, again, they were just like, and we're going to shove media down your throat. So, it'd be funny if in every picture it actually had, like, in somewhere, big word, Power Rangers, and then the date it's released. Watch, and it just blinks at you.
That would have been cool. I could get behind that.
Throw the whole Hypnotoad at you, except it makes you watch Power Rangers.
And then when you watch it, it actually attaches a brain slug to your head.
So they can take over our planet.
Yep.
And gives you a free can of Slurm.
Oh, that was fun. Nice Futurama references. All right, so let's kind of do this plug that Jason forgot to let me know about, but he texted me.
Yeah, Audible.com.
Well, that one I knew. Audible.com. We can let you go with that one, Max, because you're the man that knows how to run with Audible.com, and the people who can't read and the people who don't want to burn their house down.
What can we expect from Audible.com?
Max?
Oh, sorry. I thought Mike was going there. I was like, oh, all right. Well, Mike's saying something. Anyway,
No.
That was your lead-in.
Yeah, that was your lead-in, dude.
No, it's I got nothing right now. I apologize, Audible.com. I can't think of another reason why you'd need. And like we pretty much went through all of the possible reasons to get Audible.com. Like you're lazy, you can't read, you don't like to read. If you can't if your arms have atrophied to the point where you can't physically pick up books, or maybe you don't have any arms, Audible.com. You get your book on tape, listen to it, enjoy it. Jason listened to it. It only took him like 83 weeks to get through the whole thing. Dan's been enjoying Shakespeare on Star Wars. So yeah, there's all kinds of good stuff. Books read by George Takei and William Shatner. All kinds of good stuff. Audible.com.
And where do we go to sign up, Max?
All right, it was audibletrial.com/3geeks. Is that still it?
Yes, sir. That's it.
Are we sure they're still? Are they still even with us? I feel like they had to have listened to one of these. Oh God, what did we do?
Well, it's okay. They're not paying us big sums of money. They're only paying us per subscriber. So
that's true. But even still, I would have canceled my association with me.
It's like we're somehow hurting the brand now.
Yes.
I love it, Max.
And anyway, audibletrial.com/3geeks. Go in there, get a free book, spend 30 days getting books, and then like pay for the subscription for a month, and then do whatever after that.
Nice. And do whatever. I like it. I like it. You're keeping your options open, but yeah. So we need you to stay at least for 2 months if you do want us to get paid, because the free trial gets us nothing. You got to pay for the first. If you pay, then we get some. So if you're just looking just to support us, that's the whole thing. But as well,
more than that, because I know you were looking in that attic, being like, I have all these books in here, and one of these days, like the rats are gonna eat through it, and then it's gonna light on fire. And what am I gonna do then? How am I going to enjoy all this literature? And you could have had it on audible.com the whole time.
I mean, what you can do is just download all of your books and then use the current books for lawn furniture. It'd be fun. You could just build all kinds of shit out of it.
And then you're recycling, your DIY, you're all these hip things that are going on today.
YOLO.
You could be the hippest hipster ever. There you go.
You're YOLO with your books as furniture.
You're gonna be such a hipster, you're not even gonna want to hang out with yourself.
Well, I get.
Woo. Oh god. Okay. On that note, now I need to add you. Comment and like.
Did it?
What was that, Max?
I didn't think we'd get a new thing for Audible, but we did it. Thanks, Dan. I mean, you came through on that one.
There we go. Yep. Lawn furniture out of books. So as well, comment and like. Please let us know if you like our idea for lawn furniture. If you want to be the coolest hipster on the block, so cool you can't even hang out with yourself. That's the epitome of cool.
I mean, you can't just throw it out in your lawn. You actually have to like glue it together and shit. Like maybe like
what?
I don't know.
A stack of 3, and you sit on it. Chair done.
No. But we're talking like actual DIY work.
Well,
DIY work here. I mean, you gotta stick.
And we lost them.
Oh god.
He was really good.
Oh, it's so juicy, and then they just dropped.
Oh man,
dude, what the fuck?
He was into his rebuttal like nothing else, and then plop, he's out.
Dude, you can't fucking drop me. I told you, I'm gonna come back every.
This is getting suspect, Phil. Are you sure you're not over there being like, oh, I'm hearing some opposition. Click.
Oh god, no.
Hey, Trump's America. That's how you deal.
You just drop people.
You can too. Just stack 3 books and have that count as furniture. Oh man! Yet another plug you had to do, man.
All right. So what's the second plug we were supposed to do?
Which I should have done at the beginning, which is Kids Against Maturity giveaway. So if you've listened 45 minutes into the video and you retweet our link, at this point, if you're this dedicated, you can get a free game of Kids Against Maturity. You just need to retweet the video's link this week. We'll just add that in the comment too, so that way if you haven't seen it, you'll see it there, and hopefully you'll at least watch 15 minutes. What's that? Max?
No, I like this. You do it at the end. They have to listen to the whole thing, because otherwise, fuck them.
Oh, just say giveaway and then say listen to hear for when it happens. I like it.
Yeah,
it's like forcing them to eat lima beans so you can get to your cheesecake.
Drink more Ovaltine. Okay, that's all.
What the hell?
Oh man.
Oh shit. Oh, good times. Oh man. And then like and comment at this point. I really want comments. This could be fun from this video. I mean, just add on to the ideas we've said. Say how my idea of 3 books is not a chair and not DIY and not hipster enough.
Well, I feel like if you've taken the time to stack 3 books,
that is
at the very least DIY.
Yeah.
I mean, it may not be a chair, but it is still DIY.
Because if you're planning on sitting on them, they have to be pretty substantial with regards to their, depth and volume. They're pretty big books, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
They got to provide good lumbar support.
No,
And then you could read that
maybe
book.
in Dan's fully built chair you get lumbar support, but not with Phil's fucking stool.
Yeah, it's barely a stool. It's a prison stool. Let's get it right.
I'm talking a full lawn recliner here, guys. What are you talking about? But no. So you can actually sit like on the stack of books and read that book on Audible. I mean, that's meta, isn't it?
That's uber meta. Dan, you're like the red green of this group.
Well, can we get some like shiatsu massage put into this book chair? Like, get
that depends how cool you want to make this chair. I mean,
can we get the Smarter Image DIY book chair?
Your old
Audible.
Your old Encyclopedia Britannicas are where the pressure points are, so they can just move it. It's like, oh yeah, that feels good. Oh, like that hard spine hitting me in my spine.
Oh God. Oh man. Woo. That was a good one. I like our Audible. That takes the cake. We got to lead with that. Just building a chair. We make a chair, and everyone wonders why. And this is our commercial for Audible. This might actually get us funded. People are like, what the fuck is this?
Stop. We need to stop right now, and we need to call Audible. Like, can we copyright this if it's an
That's our new logo. Just a fucking book chair.
GoFundMe in association with Audible.com presents DIY lawn furniture made out of old hardback covers.
And then when you get bored of looking at it, you can just set it on fire. Perfect. See, it's just gone. I mean, why burn couches when your college team is winning or losing? You could just burn a book chair.
That's true. And, like, you can get into the Christian crowd. It could be all, like, Catch-22 and whatever. Like, you burn all the banned books.
you have different models. You've got the banned book chair and, like the children's book chair.
So you feel good when you burn it.
The Kurt Vonnegut edition is really, really comfortable for some reason.
Nice.
The warranty does run out directly after you light your chair on fire, though.
Yes. Up until that moment, it covers it, but as soon as you strike that match, no.
That's when the warranty for warmth starts for the next 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. Depending on placement and wind variance.
It's all very technical.
Oh God!
Coming soon to Three Geeks Podcast. Your new podcast idea here. You have Van Dam Nation, you have Shallon's Sofa and Anime-Niacs, and then DIY furniture with Dan.
Oh
yeah. It's a special show of me making stupid ass furniture.
Book furniture.
Today, boys and girls, we're going to try to make a coffee table out of ANRAD coffee table editions.
That's the only use for those books. What are you talking about?
Yeah. It's going to last you a long time because you're never going to open them.
Yeah. We'll just put that copy of Anthem like right in the middle, and then we'll glue it all together. Perfect.
Atlas may have shrugged, but he's not going to shrug the coaster with your cappuccino off of it.
Nice.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's awesome.
You definitely need to use coasters.
You need to or don't?
You can't be down directly on the book table.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Can't leave those rings, right? Oh, there they went again. All right. Well, anyways. I'll continue on to video game news for when they return.
Oh, here we go.
All right, so Max, since you
Philip, God damn it, you're not dropping me.
We're off the rails, man.
Oh shit! Yes, we
I
are.
don't care, bro. I'm coming back every time.
We
Well,
better
You
make.
can't keep me down.
You know what's funny is every time I just lose you and Dan. I don't lose Mike. I don't
Yeah,
understand why.
However much Mike pick, he's trying to promote fucking youtube.com/Mike McGTV or some bullshit. I don't care. All right, I paid my dues. I'm in this motherfucker. You can't keep me out just because Mike fucking tried to preemptively co-opt this shit.
Max, I would never do that to you, seeing as how you're my co-host on To the Chat Cave, as well as showing up regularly with Dan on Remake Revolution.
Yeah, well, I
would
see
never try to weasel you guys out of this deal.
Mike, I see you trying to steal all the Three Geeks talent, including myself.
Oh man! Are you suggesting a very soft takeover, not quite
A
hoohostile?
fucking coup. It's a
coup.
coup.
I kill him with kindness, man.
So if you want to catch out,
You see how he butters us all up? He's like, come on over. My mom's cooking all this awesome food.
She's got waffles.
Oh, man. No, I see you, Mike. I see you. I like your style, but I'm also wary of you.
like a good Game of
Understandable.
Thrones character.
Understandable, Max. We agree to disagree, Max. Phil, drop him.
One day we're gonna all show up in the geek room, and Mike is gonna start bossing us around like the weirdest Charlie's Angels episode ever.
Yeah. You want to be Bosley?
Oh, my God. Phil.
We have to go get the microfiche from something. And
Philip, you should have dropped me. That would have been comedy gold.
The problem is, if I literally dropped you, you would not be coming back.
Yeah, you wouldn't be problem.
Even still, bro. Even still. What did I say?
You would have taken the pain for the comedy.
Oh, dude, I would have been laughing. I would have been rolling on the floor.
But see, that's where we would have needed you to come back. So the audience would have seen you rolled on the floor laughing.
Oh, man. Anyway, like, what else do we have?
We've only really got two things. I mean, one thing which got me excited, and I think it'll get you, I think everyone actually enjoyed the Mass Effect series. Andromeda finally has a release date. It's March 21st, which I think they said first quarter, so it's as close to first quarter as you get. I'm psyched. It actually looks like it's going to be good. I mean, this makes me more worried about South Park, considering they also said first quarter and they still don't have a date. But
yeah, I thought they were dropping in December, but then obviously that didn't happen.
yeah, no, they had moved it from December to first quarter, and no one said when, and so random retailers started labeling it as March 31st. But then somebody asked them this week, I guess at CES, because Ubisoft was there, and they said, yeah, that's just a placeholder.
Fucking Andromeda and the Fractured Butthole can't come out at the same time. I only have so much time.
And I need to play them both,
Yeah, that's not fair.
You're going to have to talk to Ubisoft on that one, man.
Well, I mean, like, we can all agree that that's kind of bullshit. Like, I want to play both of those.
I want to play both.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, okay, so you say that Mass Effect. You say that Mass Effect got a release date, but what you're actually saying is it didn't actually get a release date?
No, Mass Effect has a release date. That's March 21st.
Okay.
The thing that doesn't have a release date is South Park. That's what concerns me.
Okay.
See, they made plugins for both games, but Mass Effect actually comes out that day.
Yes. Okay, good. All right. Well, at least there's that. Yeah, I'm down. I love Mass Effect. So, I can't wait. And March is going to be an expensive month, but that's fine.
Max?
Mike?
Or Dan, yeah. Bueller?
I like Mass Effect. It's cool. I want to play it. Mike?
I concur. I enjoyed Mass Effect just fine, and curious to see what they can do after that ending. So yeah,
What a
not
great
a good
choice, that
ending,
ending.
just that ending. So yeah.
Yes, either ending. Doesn't really matter which one you choose. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to throw that out there. But anyways, so I have faith it'll be good. If nothing else, it'll be a rehash, but a completely different part of the world. Or a different universe. Or maybe a reboot, who knows. But
No, I heard it was a whole different like universe or whatever, like a different galaxy you go to.
Mm-hmm. It's completely set aside. It's Andromeda, and they haven't said whether or not it actually takes place after, like many years after, or if it's in parallel, or if it's before. They haven't said any of that officially. The theory is it'll probably be after by many hundreds of years or thousands of years.
They say after. Then you don't have to like, well, how do they have this technology at that point in time, but another technology was still, yada yada, like a weird Star Wars problem.
Yep. And especially it's a little worse in video games because then you're a lot more interactive and you're going to notice it a lot quicker.
It's actually going to be the other half of No Man's Sky that's interesting that they're releasing.
Which, speaking of, apparently that actually is good now after they finally finished all the updates. So I guess the game should have just waited 7 months.
I don't know.
That's what I love in my video games these days. Nothing right out of the gate. Just wait on it. It'll get good. We'll make it good eventually, but you just buy it right out of the gate, whether or not it's good.
And then buy that season pass.
They ended up giving a full refund on that thing on Steam, and why? It's like the stupid freaking movies with the DVD special. Like, oh, get the DVD to find out how the movie was really supposed to be. Like, why don't you just make the thing that you want and release that?
Oh, well, I can tell you why. I think I know why that happened. He will never admit it, but their offices got flooded. Sony came in because they did really, really well at the last video game, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, and said, here's some money. All right, when's it coming out? 6 months. When's it coming out? 3 months? When's it coming out? Next month. Good.
2 minutes, Turkish.
So yeah, because Sony published it, so I wasn't surprised at all. And then the fact that what impressed me the most was that he actually kept releasing updates completely free, and they want to keep doing it up until a point, which will be interesting. There was never any DLC, so I don't know, I actually want to check it out now. I played a little bit at the beginning, and it was okay for what it was, but supposedly now it's a lot more depth. I never actually got off the planet, so maybe I'll actually attempt to get off the planet. Who knows? That's the fun. That game is ridiculous. You could spend pretty much, probably 40 hours on the planet and never get off if you really wanted to. But anyways, so what I'm more excited for, and that comes out this week, I think it's Thursday, let me see, the 12th? Yeah, I think so, is the Nintendo Switch, not reveal, because that kind of already happened, but basically full press conference where they're going to reveal everything else that they haven't told us to this point. I think, did they have an official release date? I can't remember. Dan, you're usually our Nintendo guy.
I thought it was supposed to be in March.
All right, I don't know if Dan's there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, did you hear my question? Does Nintendo Switch have a release date?
Yeah. I think it's supposed to be in March.
Yeah, exactly. I knew that much, but okay. They haven't. It hasn't been. That's what I was curious. It was like third quarter.
March 27th. There you go. You heard it here first.
That's what I'm saying. March is going to be an expensive month, dude. Like, I mean, of course, Nintendo's only going to release 5 Switches in the U.S. anyway, so I shouldn't even worry about it because I'm not getting it for the first fucking 8 months.
Well, that's good. That's Christmas, right? Oh God. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see what the battery life is. I'm kind of interested to kind of see how the functionality works, how well the controllers actually work. I mean, you've seen bits and pieces of it, but you haven't seen it all together. And then they did a mini reveal, sort of, where they actually showed, oh my gosh, why am I forgetting his name? The late night television show, Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon actually got to mess around with Super Mario Run, and then right after that, he actually got to play a little bit of, I believe, Super Mario. Was it Super Mario? God, I can't remember what he played on that one. He played Zelda. He played a little bit of Zelda on TV, basically, and he actually was extremely surprised. So I actually think he didn't know that they were intending to actually completely reveal that, or at least what he was actually going to get to play. I think that's really what it was, because he seemed very surprised by that. And it was interesting because it actually looked like it might actually work well. So I'm kind of excited because I've been wanting something that's actually like able to play games elsewhere that's actually interesting, because as much as the 3DS was okay, or the Vita, the 3DS was much better in my mind, even though they tried to add 3D, which I felt was too gimmicky. The Vita force touch on you again, even as much as they said, well, no, we're not going to do that, and they tried to do things, and I'm like, it doesn't need to be a control. I was like, if I want to do that, I will use my phone. But anyways, that's enough of my rant. Actually, I don't know why that just kind of came out. Dan, Max,
that's obviously been weighing on you. I don't want to like contradict you right now, Philip, because I feel like that's a hot button subject for you.
You're afraid I might drop you?
I didn't realize Philip was so
passionate. Hey, and there he went.
But no, like I thought the Vita, if we can get a combination 3DS and Vita, I'll be down. I'm just excited for the actual specs release, and we can kind of see like, you know, what we're actually playing with over here. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the Switch. The first trailer, you know, got me on board. So, you know, hopefully this is, you know, more good news.
Dan?
It looks cool. I want more specs. I want to see what it does. Regardless, I'll probably be buying one anyway. So, there's that. Mike?
Yeah, I mean, it looks interesting. I don't know if I'm going to shell out the money for it or not, but whatever, on and ever upward, I guess.
It's on somewhere. That's the truth. Because they still haven't really said what the specs are, like basically what Max and Dan are getting into, because it may not actually be as far forward as we got. And really my problem also with the Vita is they're like, well, no, we can't, even though it could handle PlayStation 3 games. Like, well, we don't want to put games like those things on there, because then people won't want to play on our console. And that was always what bugged me about that. So, anyways, and then let's see, that's it for news. Do you have any comic news, Max or Dan or Mike? Anybody?
It's been so long since I've read a comic book, dude. Like, it's almost the fucking Greek tragedy.
I have a recommendation. I mean, it's a series that's been out for a while, and it's already in collections too. But Elephant Minute, I've been reading that. I got like 3 volumes of that at one of my shops that was going out of business, so they had like a clearance sale on all their trade paperbacks. So I got 3 volumes of Elephant Man, and it's interesting. It really is interesting. It's got like really good sci-fi, really good pulp detective stuff going in it. Has kind of an interesting commentary with regards to racism and, you know, prejudices in our society and so forth. It's kind of cool, and it has a giant hippo as a detective fighting his friend who's an elephant. Meanwhile, a giant rhino is about to marry like this African queen and provide global harmony. It's out there, man. It's weird. But
that definitely does sound out there. Sounds intriguing though.
Yeah. I'll give that a go.
Go ahead, Max. Sorry.
Wait on Saga 2.
Oh, the Saga 2? So what you said?
Yeah.
You got cut off. Okay.
Okay, I was saying mostly the only things I read are Saga and Shu, but I haven't even read those for a while. So I think a new trade might have come out since the last one I read. I'm like 2 behind.
Yeah, the I can relate. That happens, especially. Let's see. Yeah, and as well, since we got to give out a shout out to Arc Matter, because Arc Matter constantly mentions us. We appreciate it, man. Appreciate the shouting us out and giving us the love, and definitely check him out as well on his channel. I think it is just YouTube/ArcMatter. But if you search Arc Matter, you can definitely find him. And as well, our man, our friend, and we gave him a little bit of a plug unintentionally, which was awesome and hilarious. But check out Mike McG at Mike McGTV on YouTube. Is it Mike? Yeah, it's / YouTube.com/Mike McGTV, right?
Correct. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then I definitely watched your best of. I definitely like that. It was really cool.
Yep. And the worst of is up now too, so have fun with that.
Come on, man.
That's what I've been waiting on.
Yeah, that's actually, Max. That's perfect, because that's actually how Mike ended his best of video. He's like, "Hey, and I appreciate you all watching here, but I know what you've been waiting for, the train wreck that's coming up next." Which is the worst.
I mean, how do you decide what's worse? I literally couldn't do it.
Well, it's really an idea of like setting up like those that were kind of like, I do have like the runners up, which are basically just movies that were in one ear and out the other. Like they kind of came and went, and I didn't really give them a second thought after I reviewed them. But then there's memorable ones. Like here's a preview. Gods of Egypt is on there. So that's...
Oh my, that.
What was that, Max?
I was saying, fucking, that movie was so terrible. Jamie Lannister, like, dude, stick to being Jamie Lannister. Just like, I was like, wow. Just absolutely wowed by that movie. Terrible.
That has everyone in it. That's got Gerard Butler. It's got Jamie Lannister. It's got Black Panther and Elektra and Jeffrey Rush. So.
Oh, and you can't do nothing without Jeffrey Rush.
Whole bunch of white people and one Greek woman.
And one black guy.
And one black guy. None of them Egyptian.
None of them Egyptian. Do they even have Egyptian extras in that movie?
Maybe as like background. I don't know. It's like I can't think of anyone right at the top of my head. But you know what? Neither did Stargate, I guess.
That's true. Oh man, but it is a little. It is.
Tonto.
What was that, Dan? Sorry.
Oh, it just needs Johnny Depp as Tonto in it. Just totally rounds out the cast.
Oh,
yes,
that movie was
absolutely
fucking horrendous.
Sequel.
There you go. They should merge those two worlds and make a sequel. There we go. Done. And then try and explain it. That would at least be entertaining.
And then the third one, they'll just put Carrot Top in blackface.
Wow.
That old chestnut.
Kind of like where that's going now.
I was just trying to think of the whitest person I could imagine.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. He needs to run around with Pauly Shore, though.
Oh, Pauly Shore. Oh, my God.
Yeah, but Carrot Top's a ginger. Like, I feel like that trumps a lot of different aspects of whiteness.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying he has to go with Pauly Shore.
Oh, yeah. No, we don't need that. I don't think the universe...
On that horrible movie idea that I hope never happens, we are calling it a night.